Hello everyone! Welcome to day 2 of my Saleabration Countdown series. This is Lena Gersa. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. And for the next 7 days, well 6 days now because I started yesterday, I'm counting down to one of my very favorite promotions of the year, Saleabration. So each day I am doing a live video that showcases a different Saleabration freebie that can be earned starting January 5th with a qualifying order. Now, before I get too much further, I'm just going to pull up my video here. There it is. Just want to see who's here. Oh, we've got Deb and Louise and Judy. Hello, Judy. I bet you guys have lots of snow up there in Wawa. All right, so as I was saying, today we are featuring another Saleabration freebie from the Saleabration brochure. This promotion begins on Tuesday, January 5th. So excited. And this little brochure, which I can't show you the inside of yet, has all kinds of free, awesome products that you can earn with a qualifying order. Now, what's a qualifying order? Well, here in Canada, a qualifying order is a $60 purchase before shipping and taxes. Or if you wish to purchase or to qualify for one of the level, I've got a cat here in the room with me. Here she comes. Phoebe. Sorry, you guys, let me just remove said cat from my desk. She has been rather needy today. Down you go, little girl. Sorry about that. Okay, that doesn't happen every day. All right. Sorry about that. What was I talking about? Oh, yes. Level 2 items. Okay, so level 2 items are items that require $120 purchase before shipping and tax. So we have level 1 and level 2. I'm going to be featuring the level 2 items later on in my countdown. Right now, we're focusing on level 1 items. So today's item is the Approaching Perfection stamp set. And this is such a fun and sassy birthday set. I love having sentiments that are kind of fun. I actually used this one for my husband's 50th birthday card back in November. I was able to get this set as part of the pre-order, and I thought this was perfect for his 50th birthday card. He got a kick out of it as well. So lots of fun sentiments, but also some that are not necessarily fun, just really nice sentiments for birthday cards. So we're going to make a card today. And then I will show you a few more that include or that use this stamp set. Now let me just see who else has joined us here. So we've got Violet and Gail and also another Gail and Giselle and Sue and Jen. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a good day, ready to say goodbye to 2020. About a day and a half more to go. So let me show you the card we're going to make today. It is this one. Now, for this one, I used the happy birthday, the block lettering, and then on the inside, I used this sentiment here, okay? Now, the other awesome feature of this card is that I used a DSP pack that is another Saleabration freebie. It's another level 1 item. Now, I'm going to feature the DSP on another day on its own, but this DSP is really, really cool because it's got, I'm just going to show you this pattern, because if you get this pack, you may be wondering what the heck you're supposed to do with it. So there is this pattern in the DSP pack. It's called, what is it called? It's called Paper Blooms. And there is this pattern in the pack. And I mean, it's great. They're nice big polka dots, but they are meant to die cut or punch flowers and leaves from. So what I did is actually punch the flowers and leaves from a sheet of that DSP. Awesome, awesome idea. All right, so let's get to it. I'm going to show you how I put this one together. Now, I've already done most of the punching and everything ahead of time because there is a fair bit of punching, lots of little flowers here. I will mention which punches I used. I used the small bloom punch, which is this guy. It's in the annual catalog. And then I also used the new Strawberry Builder Punch, which I have to grab out of my drawer here. Here it is. This one here. So it's got a really cute little flower. So the smaller bloom is punched with that. And then the larger bloom is punched with the small bloom punch. Now, also for my leaves, I used the top of the strawberry and tucked them in behind the blooms, and they look just like leaves. Okay, so this punch, well, when you first see it in the catalog, you may be thinking, I don't know how much I would use a strawberry punch. It's got a lot more going for it, okay? This leaf is great. This can be used as a leaf. This little flower is great. And then, of course, we've got the strawberry shape. So that's an awesome punch coming in the new mini catalog, which launches the same day as Saleabration. All right, so let's get to this. So to start, I have another piece of the Paper Blooms DSP. I love this pattern. On the other side, it's got awesome flowers, but I kind of wanted something a little bit more neutral for my background. It is cut to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And then I have a piece of Rococo Rose cardstock that is cut to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. Now that is going to get layered just like that. But before we do, we're going to add some ribbon. So I have here some Night of Navy ribbon. This is 1/8 of an inch wide. It's taffeta. It's beautiful ribbon. It's actually from the annual catalog, part of the Playing with Patterns ribbon combo pack. Easily missed, again, because there are so many awesome ribbons in that catalog. So I'm just going to take and add a glue dot to one end of my ribbon. I'm just going to lay it across the front of my DSP, just about the middle. I'm not going to measure it to make sure it's exactly middle, but approximately in the middle. And trim that off the roll, and we'll add another glue dot and just stick that down. Okay, so there's our ribbon. Now we're ready to go ahead and glue that onto our cardstock panel. So we will add a little bit of adhesive to the back of our DSP. And we're going to layer that right onto our cardstock. Hello, Jill from Ohio. How are things there? I hope you've had a Merry Christmas and are keeping safe in these crazy, crazy times. All right, so we've got our ribbon, we've got our DSP, we've got our cardstock. Now we're going to layer this onto our card base. So I have here a piece of Night of Navy cardstock. It is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inches, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. So we'll just fold that in half along our score line and add a little adhesive. Now I'm using Stampin' Seal. It is my go-to. I use it a ton. I went through boatloads of this stuff, making 84 swaps last week. So I have another batch on its way because I'm getting down to the end of my refills. So it is great stuff. If you haven't tried it, I love it. All right, so now let's stamp our sentiment. So I have here a Whisper white label that I have die cut using the Tasteful Labels dies. And I'm going to bring in my Night of Navy ink and my Happy Birthday stamp. So this is a great, just block, bold sentiment, and it is perfect for just about any birthday card, really. It works for feminine cards like the one that we're making. Also works for masculine cards. I will show you some samples after I'm done. So it's a great sentiment stamp, kind of one of those must-haves. Okay, so there is my sentiment. Now I'm going to layer it on another Tasteful label. This time it's cut from Rococo Rose cardstock, and then I've embossed it using the greenery embossing folders. And it's just a really subtle touch. Can you see that? Just behind the sentiment. Just adds a little something, something. So we're going to add a couple of dimensionals to the back of our white label. And hello, Tracy. Thanks for joining me. Oh, it's not, oh, you got rain. We've got rain here too, Jill. It is actually freezing on contact in some places. Now, it's not here now. It was earlier this morning, actually. I had to go out and it was freezing. It was freezing on my windshield. Wasn't much fun to drive in. Now, this is going to go onto the front of our card just like this. We're just going to add a couple more dimensionals to the back here. So we'll just kind of do like this. I don't want to put them too close to the edges because I'm going to be tucking some flowers in around this. And it's just easier if I have my dimensionals in a little bit. So I'm going to center this on my card. I'm kind of making sure my ribbon goes through the middle of it, just like that. And then we're going to build some flowers. So I have all sorts of little punched pieces here. So again, these are punched from the Paper Blooms DSP. So you'll see I've got the larger blossoms that were punched with the small blossom punch, and then the smaller ones that are punched with the strawberry builder, and then all of these little strawberry tops that, again, I punched with the strawberry builder, but they totally work as leaves. So I'm just going to take and cut these little guys in half and grab my glue dots. So I'm just going to take and press one of my smaller blossoms onto a glue dot, and then just add my little leaves. Doesn't that make cute little flowers? So easy. Gotta love it when you find alternate uses for a punch. Makes them much more versatile and easier to justify the expense. Let's put it that way. All right, this one I'm actually going to leave intact. I'm not going to cut it in half because I'm going to, I want it just a little bit of a different look. I'm going to use it behind one of the larger blossoms. So we're just going to add it like that. Just some leaves there. And what else do we need? We need a pink one. Let's do another large one. So we're just kind of building, and this one I'm only going to show 3 leaves because I don't want them all to be matchy-matchy, right? I want them to look a little bit more natural. And then we'll do one more large one with a lighter colored green. So we'll kind of do that one like that. So we've got some larges. I think we need a couple more smalls. So we'll cut one of these guys in half. And again, add a glue dot and just pop these on. So easy to build these little flowers. What else do we need? Oh, we need a large seaside spray. So we'll just add a glue dot there. So we've got large, 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 and we need one small little guy here. So again, we'll add a glue dot and just pop that on just like that. And I'll just trim that extra bit off and tuck that glue dot in. Okay, there we go. So easy, right? Okay, now is the fun part. It's a little floral arranging 101. So we're going to keep in mind that we're going to add a bow here. So I don't want to put anything kind of where the bow is going to go. All right, so I'm going to tuck one of my large blue flowers in, and I'm going to add a dimensional to the back. I'm just going to kind of layer it and tuck it in. Whoops, that's too high. Let's move that down a little bit. We're going to tuck it in right there. Okay, so that kind of overlaps my label. Then we're going to just take a little bit of liquid glue and add a little bit here. We'll tuck this guy in here. And then let's use one of the seaside spray ones. And I think I'm going to use a mini dimensional for this guy, just so that I can put him exactly where I want him. I think I kind of want him tucked in here. A little higher. There we go. Just like that. And then we need a small little Rococo Rose. So we'll add this guy here and tuck him in right about there. Okay, so there's my blooms on the left. And then we're going to do the same kind of thing on the right. So this time I'm going to add a small seaside spray, just tucked in here. And then we'll add our large Rococo Rose. We'll tuck it in. Whoops, I just about threw my ribbon across the room. Yikes. All right, and then we're going to add our navy. So we'll just kind of tuck that guy right about there. And then one of these little guys. This is petal pink, this sort of peachy color. We'll kind of put that guy right there. There we go. All right, now we're going to add some pearls so that our flowers look more like flowers. But for now, we're going to do our bow. So let me grab my ribbon. And we are going to tie a double bow. Hello, Donna Pierce and Wendy Roy and Lisa Ferber. Hope you all are having a great holiday. So I'm going to take my ribbon. I'm folding it in half because I want a double bow. Okay, so I'm just taking, I don't know, this is probably about 10, 12 inches of ribbon. Now this is a little bit tricky because this taffeta ribbon is quite sheer and slippery. So you just want to kind of take your time to get that ribbon lined up. You want to make sure it doesn't twist. Okay. And you're just going to pinch it into a loop. Okay. So I've got one there. I'm going to make a second one. I'm going to cross my left loop over the right, bring it around and through, and pull. Now, you don't want to pull too far because, again, this ribbon really slides. So you're going to kind of pull it and then tease the bow out. So whenever I'm making double bows, I always want one of my loops to be slightly larger than the other. And that just helps to emphasize the fact that it's a double bow. That's just something that I like to do. It's not required, but I just like the look of it. So once you get your loops the size you want, then you can pull it tighter. Okay, and it will stay. But you do have to just kind of be patient with this ribbon. It's a little bit slippery stuff. Okay, so let's trim off our tails. I'm going to trim them at a little bit of an angle here. And there we have a cute little double bow. Isn't that cute? All right, now we're going to add a glue dot right onto the knot. So I'm going to just press the knot onto a glue dot, peel that off my rule, and that is going to go right in that little space that we left when we were adding our flowers. And we can just fluff this up a little bit. There we go. Isn't that cute? Love it. Okay, now we are going to add some wooden embellishment. So these leaves are part of the In Good Taste embellishments, and they're from the annual catalog. And because I'm me and I like shimmer and bling, I'm going to add a little bit of frost white shimmer paint to my leaves. Hi Brenda, how are you? Hope you're good. So all I'm doing is I shook my my shimmer paint up so that I had some in the lid. I'm taking my sponge dauber and I just kind of press it into the lid, so it kind of acts as a little palette without having to actually dump any of the ink out of the bottle. Okay, and I'm just daubing a little bit of that ink onto my leaves, and it probably doesn't show especially well on the camera, but you get kind of a whitewash shimmery effect, and it just makes them so pretty. Everything's prettier when it's shiny, right? We like shiny things. All right, so we're going to let those dry for a minute, and while they're drying, we're going to add our pearls to our flowers. We're just going to set these guys aside and bring in some of our metallic pearls. So again, these are from the annual catalog. They come in silver and gold. I use these a ton, and I just think they're a great size. They're quite small. So they're a perfect size for things like flower centers or just really subtle little bits of shimmer and bling that you may want on a card. So I'm just going to take and add one of these little pearls to each little blossom. And suddenly they look like flowers. I feel like they look kind of flat before, but once you add the little pearl, suddenly they come to life. So we'll just finish up one more here. There we go. Okay. All right, now to add our leaves, I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue. You could use glue dots, but I want to be able to sort of slide these in and adjust them, so I don't want them to grab before I'm ready for them to. So I'm just going to apply a little bit of liquid glue to the base of one of the smaller leaves, and we're going to tuck this guy in right about there. Okay, and it will set up fairly quickly. I don't really need to let it sit for too long. These are still a little bit wet, so you're going to see my shiny, shimmery fingers. And we're going to add this little guy right here. Tuck it in right about there. And honestly, the shimmer on the leaves works so perfectly with the pearls. I just, love it. I love shimmer and bling. If you've watched my videos for any length of time, you'll know that about me. There is never too much. So this one, we're going to tuck right in here. If it will go. There we go. We may need to move that little pearl out of the way. There we go. Okay, so that little guy's not going to get a pearl just because it was in the way of my leaf. All right, there we go. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Now I'll just show you really quick what I did on the inside. So I added a Whisper White panel. I stamped another sentiment from the Approaching Perfection set. And then I had some leftover flowers, so I just added a few to the inside of the card just to tie the inside to the front. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And honestly, easy, right? All right, now let me show you a couple other ideas with this stamp set. So we have this one. I posted this one earlier today. This is a great masculine set, or masculine card. I kind of designed it. One of my son's best friends has a birthday on New Year's Day, and it's hard to design cards for tween boys, or teen boys. I guess he's turning 14. So I thought this would be a fun one. totally appropriate to give to him. And again, uses more of the Saleabration DSP. So this is another pattern. It's actually the reverse side of the piece that I punched the flowers from the Paper Blooms pack. And then this polka dot, yellow polka dot, is from the Flower and Fields pack that I was showcasing yesterday. So awesome, fun, masculine, kind of tween teen card. And then here's another one using some of that beautiful Oso Ombre DSP. I'm warning you, you're gonna see a lot of this paper. I love it. So this one, again, I went a little overboard on the bling, but really, is there such a thing as going overboard with bling? I don't think so. So on this one, I stamped the little balloon image a bunch of times on my DSP and then colored it using Stampin' Blends. And I love the sort of the ombre effect. And I intentionally reversed it. So this side, the ombre goes from light to dark as you go higher. And on my strip, I went from dark to light. So I just kind of inverted it. I think that looks kind of cool. Again, more of the Flowering Fields DSP on my background there. This is silver foil that I die cut my scallop circle from. And then here I stamped and colored with my blends some of the balloons. These two little guys I popped up just to get a little bit of dimension going. And of course, added some Wink of Stella so that my balloons are shimmery. Okay, a couple of rhinestones and some organdy glitter ribbon. Love it. Okay, here's another one. This is just a fun one. This is appropriate for anyone, really. Anyone that has a sense of humor about getting older, I should say. I wouldn't give this to someone who is sensitive about their age, but really, really fun. Again, more of that beautiful ombre DSP. And on the inside, oh, I forgot to show you what I did on the inside of that one. Hang on a sec, I'll show you. This is like just scrap strip, right? When you're cutting these 6x6 layers, you get all kinds of these little strips. So great way to use it to decorate the inside of your card. And I'll just quickly show you what I did on this one on the inside. Okay, so again, there's that happy birthday sentiment and another balloon to tie in from the front. And then this is a swap card that I received this week from another demonstrator who I do not have their name. So another Canadian demonstrator that I was swapping with. And again, uses some of that Flowering Field DSP and then the fun happy birthday and the balloon. So lots of ideas with this awesome set. And I hope that inspires you. I hope you're excited for Saleabration. I certainly am. And I will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. Same channel, same station, with another featured product from Saleabration. So I hope you'll join me then. In the meantime, thanks for joining me. Have a great week, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.